Hello and welcome to the Vanguard of Veritas channel, the forefront of truth, where I strive to provide fact-based and informative updates and information as it pertains to the ongoing theaters of conflict in the world, what will one day be known as World War III. Let's get started. Now, right off the bat, I just want to mention this is my first video, and I'm still working on layout and formatting and whatnot, so we'll see where this goes and improve as we go. First off, starting in the Middle East, over the past 20 to 24 hours, I've been closely monitoring flight tracking data across the Middle East, and the patterns emerging point to what appears to be a coordinated multinational drawdown or evacuation effort. This involves aircraft from at least 9 to 10 countries, many of which are specialized for humanitarian, airlift, or evacuation missions. There is no reported natural disaster or similar event affecting multiple nations in the region right now, so this surge in activity raises questions about preparations for potential escalation. I'll break it down by the key flights and countries involved and other related movements I've posted about. Starting with the core evacuation style flights I've tracked departing various Middle Eastern locations like Qatar, Israel, the UAE, Jordan, and even Egypt's Sharm el-Sheikh on the northernmost right-hand tip of the Red Sea. These aircraft are typically used for rapid personnel or asset relocation. The aircrafts are as follows. From Turkey, we had an Airbus A400M Atlas departing the region. From Qatar, we had a Boeing C-17A Globemaster III from the Emiri Air Force seen leaving Qatar. From Italy, we had an Alenia C-27J Spartan exiting the UAE or a nearby country. From the UAE, we had an Airbus C-295W from the UAE Air Force departing the UAE itself. Additionally, a Bombardier Challenger 650, which is known as a strategic utility jet for VIP missions, left the UAE headed to Athens, Greece, which could indicate high-level personnel movement out of the theater. Slovakia had a Leonardo C-27J Spartan from the Slovakia Air Force leaving the region. The Netherlands sent a Lockheed C-130H Hercules from their Air Force, which departed Jordan. Russia also sent an Antonov AN-148-100EM from the Russian Ministry of Emergency Situations, better known as EMERCOM. It landed in the UAE and departed. Separately, a Russian Federal Space Agency Tu-204-300 flew from Russia to Tel Aviv, Israel, and back to Moscow, a rare route given limited Russian and Israel space cooperation. This aircraft is often used for government transport and special missions, fitting the profile of a low-key evacuation flight that left Tel Aviv around 1500 UTC or 1700 local time. The United States also had multiple Boeing C-17As Globemaster III flights, with at least 3 entering the Middle East and 2 exiting. Notably, one left Lakenheath, UK, and was marked for a round trip, which went to Jordan before returning back to the UK. Spain sent a Lockheed KC-130H Hercules from the Spain Air Force departing Amman, Jordan. Czechia, better known as the Czech Republic, sent an aircraft from Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, which is on the northernmost right-hand tip of the Red Sea, adding to the pattern of movements from potential high-risk areas near the Red Sea. The reason this is deemed a high-risk area is due to its proximity to Israel and airspace that may be used in a retaliation or an escalation involving Israel, Iran, and the U.S. Also happening today was the flights of a UK Airbus Atlas 400, as well as I've just seen, as well as a Polish CASA-295M that departed from Iraq. This may be related. These flights, clustered within roughly a 15 to 20 hour window, started around 0:30 UTC on January 18th, which would be just after midnight on January 18th UTC time, which aligns with a short notice contingency operation. When I ran this data through analysis tools, it suggested a high confidence expectation of regional escalation, possibly involving a protected multinational drawdown. Beyond these, there were other notable activities. Saudi Arabia had two Airbus C-295W ASW Persuader aircraft, which is an anti-submarine warfare variant under the Presidency of State Security, operating over southern Saudi Arabia. While over land, this could signal a shift to surveillance and corridor protection after an initial quiet drawdown. On the refueling front, a significant group of aerial tankers headed toward the Middle East from the UK and France, potentially supporting fighter movements or extended operations. These included two KC-135T Stratotankers, one KC-46A Pegasus, one Airbus A330-243 MRTT, as well as later followed by another KC-135R Stratotanker and a KC-135T Stratotanker out of the UK. This tanker surge, with pairs following similar paths, could be pre-positioning for strike or defensive missions. Shifting to specific fighter transfers, Israel received three F-35I Adir stealth fighters, purpose-built for deep strike capabilities. These enhance Israel's ability to conduct precision operations far into hostile territory. Additionally, there are unconfirmed reports of the U.S. moving more unspecified fighter jets into the region over the past hours, potentially including assets like F-15Es for air superiority and strike roles, though details remain vague. Finally, on the naval side, the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier and its strike group are en route to the Middle East. As of my latest tracking, they're nearing the Singapore Strait, set to transit the Malacca Strait into the open ocean. Based on distance and speed, they're likely 5 to 9 days out from an operational position near Iran. Depending on variables like speed and final mission prep time once in theater, this move bolsters U.S. naval presence amid rising tensions. Jumping briefly over to China, there was a massive explosion at the Baogang United Steel Plant in Baotao City, I probably pronounced that wrong, which is located in the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region of northern China. The blast caused tremors to be felt kilometers away, according to locals, as well as damaged windows in the surrounding area. 66 to 78 people were reported to have been injured, 2 people were reported to have died, and 5 people are allegedly missing. The cause of the explosion is allegedly not yet known and still under investigation. One last note from the Middle East. Watching the radar tonight, it appears that US C-17s are again forming an air bridge from the UK to Jordan, with continuous flights going back and forth. I'll continue monitoring and update if something substantial occurs. Closing notes. Keep in mind some elements like the US fighter movements are unconfirmed, but widely circulating in the context of the broader activity. This all fits into a tense picture in the Middle East, with other unconfirmed reports of Iranian TV hacks, executions, and planned strikes adding to the volatility. I'll continue monitoring, updating as more details and data comes in. Stay tuned for the next developments. If you have any questions or spotted something I missed, drop it in the comments. Thank you again for watching, and remember, question everything, seek the truth.